All right, guys, welcome back. We are here, day one of 2021 season two, kind of week 13 build day, I guess. Not really season two yet, but it is week 13 build day for season two, and that means Dirt Bristol is here. We are here in the Dirt Sprint Car, the 410 wing sprint car, and we're just gonna try and run some laps, get a first impression of the track, build a setup together here, and you guys can plug it in and see if you like it. We'll start off with the Bristol Dirt baseline for now. That is an awful camera view. What is that? Let me put my car on the track. And then go back really quick. There we go. All right, so let's just look at it real quick here. 11 inches of stagger. We don't need the wing all the way back right now, but we'll change that in a minute. Front end not propped up how we like it. Oh, I went to the garage. That's why the car moved. Okay. Let me rewind back to where I was so we don't have to look at this awful view. Front end not popped up how we like it, but we'll fix that in a minute as well. Let's move the wing forward so I don't forget. And then little offset in the back as well. So let's just check it out. Let's just run the baseline for a minute and see how we feel. We'll go from there. Just get a first taste. I just got home from work, so my first laps are right here, right now. Haven't even seen the track yet besides what I was watching earlier. So we'll see how it goes. First impression, look at that banking on the entry right away. See if I can see that on the other side as well. Yeah, okay, that's massive banking. So you're going quite a ways uphill, entering the corner. And then you kind of dip coming back out. Do you dip or do you... You kind of dip and go back uphill, it seems like, even on the straightaway. I noticed a lot of guys like weren't running the top today that I was watching. It's going to be kind of a USA kind of situation here, I think. In the sense that... Let me turn on my performance mode here for a second. In the sense that it's going to be such a long way around. That bottom slash middle seems like it's gonna work out pretty decent. It's got that linear flat part though, right? So it's always something to be careful of. And then the bumps there on the right next to the cone, big bump getting down into the corners, and then you've got to come over bumps getting out of it as well. So you're probably gonna have to. This is gonna take some time to get used to, I'm sure. Let's just go run some laps around the middle here. And see what we can pull off. Pretty loose with all this fuel in. Pull the wing back a couple clicks and just see. Another thing I noticed, it's kind of hard to see out in front of you. Like if you could see at the bottom of my wing up here, I can't really see all the way out to the next corner very well. Which was a problem in real life back... when was that? When did they run that? Late 90s, early 2000s or something like that? When they threw dirt on Bristol in real life, a lot of the guys had said that it was hard to see because of the banking. Obviously not going to be an issue, maybe in a non-wing car. But with the wing, we're going to have a little bit of trouble seeing out, out ahead of us. It's going to be pretty interesting. 14.504. Let's go 14.635. Let's go make some changes here. What do we get to? A 14.495? Oh my god, look at that view. Look at all that banking. My gosh. Let me go back a lap. Just that view right there, seeing the car just, I mean, that tilted that's crazy. But let's make some adjustments. Let's get the front end in the air how we like it. We're gonna keep this crossweight number as close as we can, 48.6. After we go through and adjust a bunch of numbers, we don't want to get too far off the feel of the baseline setup. I don't think I like that 6.3. That was really throwing me into the corner. Let's drop that down a hair. Oh, bring this in. Kick this out. I never understand Packer. I know it limits the amount of movement the shock has, but I'm still just running 1.5 inches of shim, so we're gonna leave 11 stagger for now. What else? Let's maybe add a little bit of rebound there. I'll click a bump. And then that 40, let's get back to that 48.6. So let's just start making turns here. It's a little bit higher than we want, but that's okay. Go to 48.5 for now. All right. Let's see how this feels. We'll just save it as Bristol Dirt. 25 gallons still. What was our best lap? 14.495. I probably could have tried a little bit harder on that baseline, but regardless, let's see what we can do with a little bit of adjustments now. There's so much banking, the car just, I mean, really wants to turn in on its own. I probably don't have to turn it in at all. I can almost just keep the wheel straight and then try to just continue counter steering it. 14.727. I don't know how low I can really go yet. I think this I keep hitting it. Getting all the way down there, you're gonna save that probably for when it's like really slick. You're probably gonna be up here for a while, qualifying and stuff. Keep the momentum up and try not to slide around on the banking too much. There's so many bumps on the entrance and the exit. You gotta manhandle it to stay down there. That's gonna be tough. Alright, let's get our momentum up here and see what we can do. Go around the top middle here. Oh, hitting the wall. 15.052. This place is gonna be a little tricky. It's gonna take some time to get used to get comfortable on. The corners, when driving out of the corner, it really wants to go to the wall. And kind of really drive off that left rear. Had a good lap going until I can't keep it in the middle of the track. It just wants to wing over so hard and push me down the track on the exit of 4. 14.85. There we go. 14.281. exit of the corner is definitely the toughest part for me right now. Like, this middle through the exit, I'm struggling with keeping the car where I want it to go. Well, we got down into the twos there with some race fuel in it, with somewhere between 17 and 20 gallons left. Let's throw some qualifying fuel in and see what we can do. Alright, let's see. Maybe we can make some changes. Maybe we can go really low on the bump on this right rear. Maybe it won't throw us into the corner so hard. It's going to tighten us up on the exit even more probably, but maybe that'll be something we can, you know, steer out of. Let's keep that left rear tied down a little bit more maybe. Let's go 3.5 though still. Oops. Keep it from maybe winging over too hard. We'll see. I'd have to go higher on that bump on the left rear to not let the weight get over to that side as quickly, but let's go see what we can do. See if we can put in like 2 laps. Definitely feels better with qualifying fuel in it. Get momentum up here on the first lap and see what we can do.
Running low on fuel, we should be able to make it to the end.
That felt really good. Whew, almost in the 13s. 14.019, that's pretty fast. I don't think I saw any lap times that were that fast earlier. 14.019. I don't really, I mean, I felt great there on qualifying for qualifying fuel in it. Let's go back and let's save that. Let's put a little Q so we remember that. All right. Let's put that 25 gallons back in real quick, and then I won't take up too much more of you guys' time. I'm just gonna raise this up actually, and then raise this side up again. Go to 1 and take out half a turn on that side. Keep the 11 stagger for now. Let's try it out. I'll pull the wing back a couple clicks because we know it was loose. We know it was really loose there on the initial couple laps with that 25 gallons in there. We're not going to get down to 14.0 with this much fuel, but we're going to see how this thing kind of just feels on the exit of the corner now. Kept a little bit more the left rear tie down a little bit longer, which is going to keep me kind of turning, hopefully, on the exit. 14.602. You know, keep the weight on it, you know, middle out. And then we took some bump out of the right rear to keep us from caving in on the entry. So, and so far so good on the entry, it seems like. Feels a lot more stable through the whole corner. Now my thing is, a lot of the tracks will go to the top really quickly. I'm sure you guys know that, especially the way the newer tracks that they've put dirt on lately, like Weed Sports, Cedar Lake. What else have we gotten lately? Those tracks slick off so much faster than the older tracks, and I'm assuming Bristol's going to be the same way. I mean, look how much I'm able to get this track slicked off just by myself. I've only ran 32 laps on it, and you can already see marbles forming, the dirt getting lighter through here. Trying to drive one-handed, sorry, and point with my mouse. It's getting decently slick through there, and we're building marbles on the top, just my one car. So I think this is gonna be another one of those tracks where it's going to get really, really slick pretty quickly. Now, a lot of guys have been complaining earlier on in the day that they were running out of gear trying to run the top. It doesn't feel like it to me yet. I can't hear the engine, you know, screaming at me as I'm up here. But through the middle, it seems like there's so much banking in this track. I don't think it's going to be one of those that you're just going to have to run the top the whole time like an Eldora or what else? Lanier. Those types of tracks that, especially in the official races where they don't get slick enough to really move the track back down. I think this is going to be a track that's going to be able to stay, you know, maybe bottom middle or like a cut down, you know, get driving down through the corner. But it's gonna be technical, I think, for sure. You're not gonna be able to send bombs, you know. I mean, you're coming up on a guy, you want to slide him, like you're gonna have to cut through here and get up in front of him quickly, if the top is there. Because if you come down here, you're gonna you're gonna do that, and that's gonna take you for a wild ride. So you've got to enter after that probably. If you're trying to run the bottom, I just don't know. I don't think you're going to be able to run this flat part. The entry is too bump. There's way too many bumps on the entry. Unless maybe you get out here and they get back down. But even then, it wants to send you back up the track. So I don't know. I think this is really going to be a middle top track, guys. But you know, I mean, you know, if we can get 2 lanes, we can get 2 lanes. Can't complain about two grooves of racing because, you know, oftentimes in officials and stuff we don't get that anyway. So this setup feels pretty good now, though. We stiffened up the rear bars a little bit. I don't feel like I'm losing control on the entry. The right rear isn't trying to come around the car. I'm digging it. I'm liking what we got here.
15.42.
I don't want to take up too much time for you guys, so I'll show you these setups one more time. Here, let me bring this up back to, there we go. It's already been, how long have we been going? Almost 18 minutes, so let's save this one as race. And then, I don't know the fuel number. I don't know the fuel number yet, guys. For 30 laps, I'm assuming it's going to be in this 25 range for 20 or 30 laps. So, didn't talk much about top wing angle because, you know, I didn't run it at super slick. But, I don't know if this is a track you're going to want to go 30 wing angle on. So, as far as that goes, that's a tough call. If it's a league with 50 to 60 cars, I think you can get away with 30 wing angle, but in an official race or a hosted or, you know, whatever you're doing with not very many cars, you know, 20 to 30 cars, I don't think I'll be going any higher than that 24 wing angle, especially with how long these straightaways are and how fast the corners are, really. I mean, the corners are really fast, and you're probably going to want some added downforce later on in the event with, you know, more slick through that line you want to run. But I think the top will be there a little bit in the official races, so I wouldn't go off of that 24 wing angle unless you're just all over the place crazy loose. So just pull it back. I mean, hell, if you got to go to -10, you got to go to -10. I run my wing at -7 through 10 all the time. So -24 and -10 is going to be a lot faster than 30 and -10 for sure. And you give yourself more room to play with. You know, if you leave this at 24, you don't want to go into an official race feature that it's not slick enough for it, thinking like, well, it might get slick. for 30 wing angle. This is kind of going to be a unique track, I think. It's not going to be one of those 30 wing angle tracks where you're going to be certain that you're going to need it. I would start off with 24 for sure and just pull it back for now, at least, until we get some, maybe some more data and we can prove otherwise that 30 is going to be more stable and faster. So front end propped up per usual, 1050s with 3 turns and 6 threes. And then I bumped up the torsion bar diameters in the back for the race setup too, to 1025s. We raised the left bar stop up a turn and dropped the right one half a turn. And then we took all the bump out of the right rear to not throw us into the corner so much. Felt like the right rear was digging pretty good there on that, especially on that qualifying setup too. But it felt a lot better that second time out with way less bump in the right rear around the middle for that race setup. I think the left rear is pretty good at 3.5/8. That'll probably need maybe some more testing as it gets slicker. But give it a shot for now. If it's too loose or you're having trouble, maybe take a half a click or a half valving or full click out of it. And the wheel spacings felt pretty fine too. I wasn't too loose. I wasn't too tight. It felt really good through, tacky Bristol. Like I said, I'll have to test it a little bit more with it being 100% slick, but I just wanted to kind of give you guys an idea of probably what I was going to be doing. And then let's find this qualifying setup again. We didn't change the stagger for qualifying or anything like that. It's a big, wide track where you're not going to need a ton of stagger, I don't think. And as always, 24 and 22 wing angle for qualifying. No reason to pull it back with only 3 gallons in it. And prop the front end up. Kept the torsion bars at 1,000s for qualifying. I think that was fine. I don't think I need to do much else. I didn't change any shocks or anything like that from qualifying to the features. So for the race setup, I might go out and do some slick stuff and let you guys know with like a pinned comment or something, and that way you guys know if the race setup is going to be any good in the slick. So I'm sure it's not going to be hammered down through the middle anyway, so we'll find out. But I've got this thing tightened up pretty good for a feature setup anyway, with spacings almost all the way in and almost all the way out, and the shocks softened up a lot, so it should be good all the way through the race. But yeah, we'll do a little bit more testing with Dirt Bristol over the coming weeks, and if I get any pertinent information for you guys that I think is going to be vital to helping you guys out or anything like that, or I'll let you guys know as soon as I get it. And as always, if you got questions or anything like that, or what adjustment can you make here and there, let me know. I'll get back to you guys as soon as I see it and as soon as I get time. And yeah, as always, take care. Thanks for watching, guys. Thanks for subbing. Thanks for liking the videos. Appreciate it all. We'll see you guys next time.